I would like to invite on stage the youngest Indian TED speaker, Ishita Katyal. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, you can do better than that. Look at her.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, you guys are lovely. I'm so glad to be here on this stage talking to all of you today. And there are so many ways in which you all can teach me how to be creative and teach me loads of different stuff, like slogans, ads, editing, media, and so much more. But where can children and young people like me help you all to be creative, encouraging, inspiring, and to get your amazing self outside? Now I know before I start, some of you may be thinking, Jane do, she's an 11-year-old, what will she tell us? So I would just like to put out a disclaimer, which is, it's up to you if you want to believe in my thoughts and take my advice. No pressure will be put on anyone. Dhanyavad. So the center of my topic today is a lot about encouraging creativity, allowing everyone, especially young people, to ask questions, and how everyone in this world is different and unique in their own ways. So I'll start by saying, we all say, or at least most of us believe, in the line, creativity is ageless. But really, if creativity is ageless, do we really make that come true in our environment? If creativity is ageless, why are children like me not encouraged to ask questions? If creativity is ageless, then why are young people forced to go in specific fields and not in a creative field? Now, I'm not saying you all didn't or don't have to struggle, but the point I'm trying to make here is that it has become very difficult for young people and children to be who we really are day by day. One main force which is stopping us to be just as creative, outgoing, and inspiring as all of you is not encouraging questions. It's so sad to see a world in which we don't encourage questions. We, the children, are the future. And if you want us to build an amazing world, give us the answer to our doubt. Let me give you an example. Imagine the days you were kids sitting in your classroom. Imagine you were in an interesting class or, a subject that you really liked. The teacher said something really interesting and you wanted to know more about it. You asked a question to the teacher, and imagine if the teacher replied by saying, no, I can't answer that today, do that as homework. Which we children do get a lot. How would you have felt? Why is there a problem to find right answers to our questions? What is the problem with that? You cannot change others, but you all certainly can change yourselves, or at least take a step to do that. We can find so many different ways to turn our wrongs into rights. Now, I, being an 11-year-old young girl, I don't have all of the solutions. But I want you all to realize, neither do all of you. That's not to offend anyone, obviously. But what I mean to say is, if we do the right things now, then the future will take care of itself. Because we all are born without fear, fearless. But in case of some lives, this fear comes in their way when they want to do something unique and different. Lines like "Log kya kahenge," which translates into "what will people say," what will the community think, have stopped so many people from doing what they love, from pursuing their passion. All of the people that you have seen at this event or will be seeing or are meeting who you find inspiring have been encouraged, supported, and shown the right way. That's one more step you all can take to help young people. Think of our earth, the whole world, as a platform like this one, a stage like this one. And think of us people, not only us here, but everyone living in this world as speakers and performers. Now, what we have to do is encourage these speakers, these performers to come on the platform, on the stage, and share their ideas with the world. That's how our world should be. Talking about speakers, there have been so many amazing speakers, and there's one standing right in front of you. Imagine if in my place, it was your child. Even if you don't have one, think of it as your child standing on the stage here. I'm sure you would have felt so proud that your kid has got a platform to share their creativity with so many people. I'm sure your feeling would have been no less than wow. That tells us everyone is washable. Tolerate some mess in your life because our lives cannot be perfect. There are so many more things that I want to say, and these two are part of it. Number one is there's certainly no fixed pattern that will make your child, you, or anyone in this world 100% confident, 100% creative, inspiring, or encouraging. The key is to not let yourself get stuck to a repetitive or monotonous tone like we kids are often stuck to in our schools. It is very wrong to follow one repeated tone. Why not find our new ways of thinking, and new ways of doing new things? Us being young people, or rather even adults, let's think of responsibility in fun, new, creative ways. And we all need to be learners and teachers in our journey of life. The greatest gift you can give any young maker or just any other young person, may it be an introvert or an extrovert, is your support, your empowerment, and your encouragement. I'm so thankful to my parents, my dad who's in Pune, and my mom who's sitting right here, for creating this kind of an environment for me where my interests are able to flourish. I'm sure you all will empower this generation and so many more coming generations to grow faster than any generation ever has. But really, if we think about it, how do we empower generations? How do we turn our frown upside down? We need to think about all of the positive things. My answer to that question, which luckily I have a solution for, is think about our amazing, precious moment, present moment. I'm sure you all would not want to forget about these things going on at this event. It's beautiful to live in the present. I remember this interview that the Dalai Lama had given, and I just want to share a few lines from that. An interviewer had asked the Dalai Lama the question, what or who do you think is the most weird or unusual thing in this world? And Sir replied by saying, it's man. The interviewer was in awe. Hey, how is it man? How is it me, you, anyone living in this world? We are normal. Sir replied by saying, man. Because, and I'm going to rephrase this in my own words, because we all keep working hard to earn money. We look straight towards money. And once our health is bad, we want to recuperate our health by using this money. And we spend all of this money we had used on our health. And why does our health become so bad? Because we weren't enjoying that time. We were running behind money. You live without too much of joy, without really knowing what's going on. You die having never really lived. I don't think our lives should be a format of dying having never really lived. I'm so grateful that I was empowered and supported by many people to write my own book, Simran's Diary. I wrote this book at the age of 8 during my summer vacations when I realized, why do I have to wait till I grow up? Why do I have to wait till 20, 25, or even 30 years to pursue my passion, to do what I love? I realized when I would sit in my class, my teacher would ask me, Beta, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? How many of you have been asked this question as kids? Can you raise your hands, please? I think majority of us have been asked this question. What I want to do and want you all to take a step to do is turn this question a lot more positive and creative. What do you want to be when you grow up? Let's turn this question into what do you want to be now? If a child knows what he or she wants to do or just enjoys doing something, why does he or she have to wait till the future time? I'm not saying that the future isn't important, but let's live in our present, because this moment won't really come back to us unless there's a time machine that's invented, of course. So that's what I want you all to realize. Think about what if, not I can't, because our creativity dies with I can't, and it is born with what if. I am very young and a small kid, and I know that there are so many things that I have not explored in my life yet. There are so many things that I still have to learn. But I'm using the things that I have learned up till now to share with the world. My main aim is to bring smiles on all of your faces. Some people came to me and said, book, writing, that's what you do as a passion. What do you actually do? I say, I write and I speak at platforms. Nahi, wo to theek hai, that's fine. What do you do? And that's when I feel so bad from within. Why can only engineering and doctors and everything be great fields? And of course, they're amazing fields. I do not want to show any disrespect to any field at all. But some fields are just put back, put down, when those fields are a lot more important or equally important as those fields. It's very important to realize that our journey will not just be really smooth like a runway. It will have the speed breakers like in our roads. I was told when I was looking for publishers for my book, they said, we publish books for kids and not by kids. And wouldn't a child understand what's better for a fellow child? But I can go on and on for hours about struggles, how we should overcome them, and a lot more since I'm such a talkative person. But since today we have, we don't have the whole day, and there are many more amazing people who are also going to come on the stage. I would just want to say that if you all believe in something, if you all are passionate about something, don't just leave it as a thought. It should be in your brain at all times. For me, if I am somewhere and I get really bored, what do? I think about writing. I do what I love. You're getting bored, if you like to dance, start dancing. Start singing. every moment of our life, let's be who we really are. Because being fake won't help us at all. Let's be true to ourselves. Because in this generation and coming generations, we have to show how we have the potential to be just as good as you adults sitting right here. So this is just my thoughts from a child's perspective. And obviously, I may not be correct, 100% right. But if I have the courage to come up and share my thoughts without letting fear come in my way, I'm so grateful to God that I can be here talking to all of you. Thank you so much for listening.
Wow, thank you, Ishita. You're right, there is no time like now. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
Way wise beyond her years. We enjoyed that thoroughly. Now I'd like to invite on stage founder, chairman, and managing director, Madison World and Madison Communications, Sam Balsara, to moderate the question answer session. Welcome, Sam.
Hello. Thank you.
Guys, can you all believe this? Ishita, I think you've left all of us quite stunned.
Oh, thank you.
And I think I see Ishita's mother sitting there. I think as much credit should go to the mother as to Ishita. Would you please stand up and
Definitely.
face the audience? So in the few minutes that I spoke to her, Ishita told me that her mother is a makeover consultant. So maybe you've done a fantastic job of driving that fear out of Ishita's mind. So Ishita, tell me, do you kind of recognize or feel that you are very different from your friends in school?
Obviously, personally, what I think is everyone is different in their own ways, but it takes a lot of time for many people to realize that they themselves are different. So, what I feel is I'm just any other girl who's been given a platform, just like any other person. But yes, sometimes I do feel like I feel grateful. That is that I am, and I can be different from so many people living in this world, because so many people want a platform to come up and share their ideas, but they don't get one. And I'm really lucky to be here.
But I'm not so sure that so many people at your age even desire a platform to come up here and talk to them. Or do you think all children do?
It personally is based on their thoughts and what they feel like. Many people do have stage fright, but it's completely up to them if they want to come on the stage and talk, right? Because some people don't want to share their ideas, they just want people to listen to them, they just want someone to talk to.
So Ishita, what kind of books do you read?
I read anything that makes me happy, but I like non-fiction books a little bit more, which is surprising to hear since I'm only 11 years old. I love fiction as well, but non-fiction, just tells me how so many people get empowered.
So what do you think has been the biggest influence that has made you fearless compared to some of your classmates?
I think something that has made me fearless is probably the support I get from everyone, and also just feeling good about myself. Because if I don't feel happy about myself, and if I don't spend some time with myself, I wouldn't be who I am today. But one influence, there are so many that I can share, but one main one will be, obviously there are so many people who do not encourage creative fields like mine, but one big influence will be those who do, those who think different, and those who are with me in my journey to support me anytime.
Do you have a brother or sister, Ishita?
Nope, I don't.
No. Okay, I was wondering otherwise if they were also like you. Okay, let's get to the job at hand. I have 4 questions here,
Okay.
and let me see which ones I can ask you. Okay, this one is a little predictable, but what's your advice? How can others like you eliminate fears and inhibitions that create hurdles in the pursuit of living a fuller life? Ask Alan D'Souza.
Okay, so others like me, does that mean people of
Others
my
like you,
age? Or?
like your age.
Oh, okay. So the question says others like me who want to pursue
No,
their
how,
passion.
how does one, you said that the main inhibiting factor
Yeah.
is fear.
Correct.
So he's asking, how do you eliminate that fear?
Okay. So obviously, it takes a lot to remove something out of you. If it's in you, you can't just say, "Acha bhai, I want to remove it. I'll just remove it like that." You have to focus on it, and if you really, really want to get it out of yourself, if you really want to get that fear of something, go closer to your fear. This person told me a story which really inspired me. There was a man who was really scared of monsters, and once a monster came up to him, and with his chest upright, chin up, he went straight towards that monster, and that monster was 5 times the size of that man. And instantly, when he started to walk towards the monster grew smaller and the man grew taller, which tells us that the closer you walk towards your fear, the smaller your fear will become. So, I am personally, thank you. I am scared of the darkness, and believe it or not, also ghosts. And I've heard many scientific theories that they don't exist, but there's a voice inside of me that tells me there are ghosts. Really scared of them, but
Okay, here's another question. If you got a chance to spend one day with a world leader, who would you choose?
ooh, so many people. One. I hate it when it's limited to only one person. Oh, probably I think has to be for me Michelle Obama.
Oh, wonderful.
Because I think not she does so much for the world, because not only just one thing, she really appreciates people who love her, because there's one side of people, people are big, people who are who they are because of their fans, and she gives her fans love, and she gives them support back, and those who don't have anything, she gives them, that smile on their face, which is why I would love to sit and have a conversation with Michelle Obama or even Mr. Narendra Modi.
Good. So where's Jaideep? Jaideep, you've got 2 speakers for next year's Goafest, Prime Minister Modi and Michelle Obama. So all of us can meet them along with Ishita. Okay, here's another one. What's your message to all the Bacha party who are still living in their own fairy tale world and not aware of the harsh realities of life?
What I would want to say to them is, it's very nice to just be at home and watching TV and just playing. But there are 2 sides of a coin as well, right? One side is the side that you are experiencing, and the other side is the one you've not yet experienced. So if you love to play and just sit on the couch and do stuff like watching TV or playing games, and not realizing that there is a creative world out there like this one, I think what one should do is sit with someone who you really trust and just tell them about everything that has happened in their life related to their passion. And you should know what your passion is. So what I would want to say to them is just spend some time alone with yourself, because if you don't spend time with yourself, then you just become really dependent on others. And it's very important to be independent. So number 1, realize your passion. Spend at least 2 to 5 minutes at least every day on it. And talk to yourself about it. And if you don't want to explore it, what I will say is it definitely is a disadvantage if you don't explore other things in life, because you just will live with seeing just one side of the world. And seeing the other side will just make you a lot more happy. And the thought will be in your head, oh, I didn't even know there was this kind of a world. And even if you don't find it that motivating, give it a try.
Ishita, I must say your thoughts and thinking are amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing for your age. Maybe life coach is the right profession for you as you grow up.
I don't know.
Okay, let's select
Maybe.
the question that you're going to give 25,000 to. Which one would it be?
If you don't mind, can you please
Yeah,
repeat them?
so
'Cause my
one
memory is
was
not
on
so good.
eliminating fear. How do other youngsters eliminate that?
Mm-hmm.
Your message to Bacha Party and the global leader. Which global leader?
I would want to, I really like the question about eliminating fear.
Eliminating fear, right? So how can youngsters eliminate fear? That's Alan D'Souza of Exchange for Media.
That was also my favorite answer by you, Ishita. I'm going to go closer to my fear as well. Fabulous. How wonderful is this to witness, ladies and gentlemen?
Thank you.
Ishita in the house.
Welcome. And that question is great.
Congratulations to our best question winner. Like I've said a million times, Goafest 2017 going cashless in support of Remonetize India. Prize sponsored by Yes Bank. I would now request Mr. Balsara to felicitate our lovely Ishita with a token of our thanks for gracing us with her wisdom right here at Goafest 2017. One more round of applause.